Welcome back, everybody. It's a dark time for all of us here on YouTube. Not one that we're unfamiliar with, but one that has the potential to destroy some of your favorite YouTube channels and creators, including me. As you've no doubt heard about recently, YouTube has changed their harassment policy. Now, from an outside perspective, it doesn't sound like a bad thing, you know? Nobody wants people to be harassed or to feel like they're threatened. However, like with every time YouTube decides to make a policy change, this has potential massive implications for the website, and combined with the new COPPA rules, this could destroy some of your favorite creators. In fact, it's already started. Alright guys, I just wanted to jump in and ask you guys to like and subscribe. It really helps me so much. As a small YouTuber, every new subscriber is really great confirmation that you guys like my videos, and every like is too. Thank you so much, and let's get back to the topic at hand. Some of you, no wait, all of you, who am I kidding? If you're on YouTube, you know who iDubbbz is. iDubbbz, or Ian, is one of the most prominent creators on the website. He might not have the subscribers that somebody like, Pewdiepie has, but when he drops a video, everybody stops to watch. I'm talking literally everybody. Like, I would not be surprised if my grandma calls me the next time he drops a content cop. iDubbbz is the original call-out drama channel, and he has a major influence on the whole genre of commentary down to its core. Some people will tell you that having a content cop dropped on your channel is like having a nuke fall way out of the sky and onto your career. I'm not so sure that that's true. I think that might be an over-exaggeration just a little bit. I don't know. But he has changed people's behavior for the better with his videos. Anyway, that's enough of me inflating iDubbbz's ego, but the same day the new harassment policy change happened. In fact, like as soon as YouTube announced the new content policy, Ian's content cop on Leafy was taken down. There was some dude at YouTube literally staring at the button, and I mean, like, we're talking like Cold War Russia levels of ready to take this video down. This dude nuked the Leafy content cop the second it was possible. To which Ian tweeted out, "Download your favorite bullying vids before YouTube takes them down," with an image saying that his content cop on Leafy was taken down for community guidelines violations. Now, of course, nobody can actually say if it was the new policy, because YouTube isn't very, specific. But given the fact that it was taken down right after the policy dropped, despite being perfectly fine on the site for years, it pretty much confirms it for most people, including myself. So, what is this actual policy? Well, firstly, it was announced on the @YouTube Creators Twitter account with the tweet, "Many of you have told us we need to do a better job preventing harassment on YouTube. So we've consulted with a wide array of creators, experts, and organizations to update our harassment policy, which changed today. Here's what it covers." Now, I just want to point out that based on what we've seen, the creators that they chatted with, who I won't name right now, for reasons, seem to be the ones that have had massive mess-ups and have been the subject of mass subscriber loss because they were called out. I honestly don't think that there's any chance they spoke to even one commentary channel about this. So when they made this policy, they were listening to the vast minority over the majority of users on the site. But anyway, let's take a look at what this policy actually is. Why not? Now, it's rather long, so I'm just going to read the parts that I think are, actually affect us. And if you want to read the whole policy, I'm going to link it down in the description. "We remain committed to our openness as a platform and to ensuring that spirited debate and a vigorous exchange of ideas continue to thrive here. However, we will not tolerate harassment, and we believe the steps outlined below will contribute to our mission by making YouTube a better place for anyone to share their story or opinion." Now, I mean, that sounds pretty good, They say that they're okay with debate, and I think that kind of bodes well for us here in the commentary community. But it's just so vague. And the vagueness doesn't disappear in the section where they actually discuss the behavior. Or should I say, they don't discuss what the behavior is, but they give you like a kind of hint. "We have always removed videos that explicitly threaten someone, reveal confidential personal information, or encourage people to harass someone else. Moving forward, our policies will go a step further to not only prohibit explicit threats, but also veiled or implied threats. This includes content simulating violence toward an individual, or language suggesting physical violence may occur. No individual should be subject to harassment that suggests violence." And I mean, that sounds pretty reasonable, right? Nobody should feel threatened. We can all agree about that. But the next part is where it goes real bad. "Beyond threatening someone, there is also demeaning language that goes too far. To establish a consistent criteria for what type of content is not allowed on YouTube, we're building upon the framework that we use for our hate speech policy, We will no longer allow content that maliciously insults someone based on protected attributes such as their race, gender expression, or sexual orientation. This applies to everyone, from private individuals to YouTube creators and to public officials. Now again, on the surface, that doesn't seem so bad. But who gets to actually make the choice whether something is an implied threat or content that maliciously insults someone? Because I think that the employees in Silicon Valley are going to have a totally different opinion on that than the people who actually work on the reports, whether they be in a different part of America or just in a different, more low-wage country. For instance, the average person in India, they don't have as high wages over in India, so I'd wager a bet that there are some YouTube, enforcement offices over in India where they're paying people less to do a job that would cost a lot more to do over here. India is a very conservative country. More conservative than, probably the average American conservative. And the cultural differences between our countries are boundless. There's a lot different in America than there is in India. Everything, completely different cultures. And those differences between our cultures could end up with something that's considered incredibly insulting in India that might be like a common joke here in America. But that won't help when those workers take down your videos anyway. And again, they're working off the same rules we are, so unless they have some kind of special toolkit that tells them exactly what to ban, when to ban it, why to ban it, they're just going to ban stuff willy-nilly, because the rules are vague. The rules make no sense. They don't give us examples, they don't tell us anything. And I mean, it even gets worse. Listen to this. Something we heard from our creators is that harassment sometimes takes the shape of a pattern of repeated behavior across multiple videos or comments, even if any individual video does not cross our policy line. So that means that even if your videos don't cross a line, they could still be taken down if you made multiple videos on somebody, created a quote pattern of harassing behavior. Or do all the videos you have to have made, do they have to be near the line? If they're not crossed the line, then how do we tell exactly what we get banned for, Nobody knows. They're just making it up as it goes along. YouTube is constantly talking about how they want to make YouTube better for creators, but they still haven't done the most basic things for us. I don't know. Maybe just making the rules clear and in a human-readable format with examples? Because right now this thing reads like they were written by the one lawyer in the office who was previously employed at the DMV. It's impossible to follow. Now, to try to get clarity, a number of high-profile YouTubers reached out over Twitter. For instance, ImAllexx tweeted, "Does this mean criticism is no longer allowed on YouTube? What is regarded as harassment? Just general abuse or people being critical of another creator's actions? You shouldn't ignore your creators on this one because people are talking about other creators as 90% of the site." Yes, that was my ImAllexx accent. I can only really do one accent and it's kind of like Scottish. It's not very good. To which YouTube responded to ImAllexx saying, "Wide-ranging debates / opinions on YouTube are welcome. Challenging ideas or critiquing someone's professional performance, for example, is different from attacking someone based on attributes like their race, religion, or sexual orientation." Based on that, I guess we can guess that most commentary channels should be okay. I don't really watch anybody who goes after anybody based on their race, religion, or sexual orientation. But with such vague warning in the actual policy, they could just decide to ban the whole community in an instant. They could change those rules in a second, because there's absolutely no real definition here. And Nerd City did a good part pointing that out when he tweeted, Yeah, race, religion, sexual orientation. You folks know that's going to get the least pushback here. But what about fat, ugly, old, stupid? As harsh as those words can feel, sometimes those qualities need to be indicated. And then your boy, me, I jump in. I say, also follow me on Twitter, guys, at MattyO. I say, they've been saying for months that they want to make their policies easier to understand. But then they drop this and it's incredibly vague. It's almost like they're going to use it as an arbitrary rule to remove whomever they like, especially with retroactive enforcement. To which the new official friend of the MattyO channel, Nerd City, responded saying, "Sadly, it's random low-paid global workers who will have to make snap judgments whether to remove videos, using this vague policy as a guide, with no one to ask for clarification. All of this was done at scale, poorly, by confused humans and crappy machine learning." And honestly, that's the truth. The reason I'm worried for all of us YouTubers isn't that the new policy seems like it will take down all of the commentary channels on YouTube, but instead because of its vague wording. If we, the creators and users of a site, don't understand the rules, then how can they expect foreign, low-paid, low-wage workers to understand them? How can they train people whose first language isn't English on a policy that is written poorly in English. It doesn't make sense. And then, even then, how can they train an AI on what's okay and what's not if they don't have any rules for what's okay and what's not? They can't. One mistake means that they're going to be taking away somebody's livelihood. They are literally playing dice with people's careers, and that just ain't cool, Chief. So, if you've made it this far in this video, you might as well drop an F to pay respects to YouTube in the comments down below, because this was a massive mess up, and I guarantee you it's going to have wide-ranging effects. Maybe not this year, next year, maybe a few years down the line when they decide to tighten it up. Who knows? But it's going to affect us long into the future. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, remember to click that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment down below telling me what you think. I've been MattyO. You've been awesome. Have a great day, and God bless you.